welcome to my journey. Well, just got back from the fair. This one here wasn't a work trip. This was a bonding trip with my daughter.
You need full dentures but can't deal
Dang,
with
I
endless
was looking for
dentist
these,
visits.
and I had
You
them
need to
all
see this.
along.
I used to hide my mouth every time I laughed.
I really
I'd
needed
avoid eating
to.
out because I was terrified.
I really needed to take one because yesterday I had worked out really hard, and
I'm so excited about Paris. I am so
the
excited
walk
about Paris. It's so funny
around the
because,
fair park,
while we were on the call, one of
State
the girls
Fair,
was like, "Hey,"
you know,
and he
wreak
like
havoc
talked about the LV Cafe,
on my
which
legs.
obviously, like, I want to do. I have so many TikToks and
It
Instagram
really wreaked
reels
havoc
about the
on my legs.
LV Cafe, and I had did some research
And-
on it, and it's like.
And my feet are hot too. But we walked around the whole fair. We didn't catch no shows, but we visited a lot of the vendors, and you know, we're not highfalutin like that where we could just spend money. You know, just about everything everything was like over $10, right? You couldn't hardly find anything $10. It was $6 for like a bottle of soda. So but you know, we tired ourselves out. We got about 8,000-ish steps in, and it was hot. I found the chair of my dreams, the massage chair of my dreams, and it only cost $8,800, and they will set it up for you. Right? But this chair, it cracked my back. It did. It cracked my back, and it tickled my feet, because my feet needed attention. And this was one of the chair massagers that actually massages the bottom of your soul. Yes. I told my daughter that when she gets rich and she wants to buy me a gift, this is the chair she can buy me. And she said, okay, when she gets rich. But my knee is hurting me a little bit. Because I was doing some jumping exercises yesterday. And, you know, I don't feel it right away. You know, the pain seems like it always comes a day or two after the exercise. So, one of the things that I found out about myself is this guy said that I appear bougie. And my daughter said, yep. I wanted to take it as an insult, but she looked up the word. So I couldn't figure out, why can't they just say something like you look classy or something? But they said bougie, right? So bougie is the word of the day. Yep, it's my word for today, bougie, right? And I remember when we were outside of the country, they have a word called bourgeois. Bourgeois, that is bougie in French. Yeah. So to say it's new, no. If I learned the word bourgeois when I was outside of the country, that was over 50 years ago. So bourgeois is a vibe, a air, because there's nothing about me that has nothing on me costs that much money, right? And they can't really say, well, gaudy, because nothing on me is really gaudy. It isn't. But I did wear my solar reflected hat today. I'm so glad I did, because my brain would have been fried. And I went by and left the ticket for Peyton, so she'll know that I returned the extra ticket. And so that's that. I got some more information about Master Gardening, because that's where I'm thinking I'm headed, right? However, I'm thinking more or less at the Dallas Arboretum. See if they have some Master Gardening volunteer situations. I believe I'm gonna have to take some courses, because in order to be certified as a Master Gardener, you have to pass the courses and then also do 50 hours volunteer work. So I think I'm going to do that. As much as I was enchanted by the butterflies and completely in awe about God's creation and having the butterfly live these different life cycles, it was truly something that I needed to experience, and I did it. The fair is going to end on Friday anyway. I think the Discovery Garden is open all year round, but yeah, there are other places, that I found that you can, volunteer at if you go on the Point application. The Point application has all of these different things that you could do. While we was down there, my daughter, she volunteered at Operation Kindness. She volunteered at the zoo. She said she really enjoyed working at the zoo. and she prepared the foods and stuff for the animals, which was really cool, she said. But she was stating that, her goal would be, to own a farm or a homestead. Because I'm really thinking she's probably thinking more of a homestead than a farm. Because she doesn't know a lot about agriculture, but she loves animals. Oh. So I'm thinking I might be becoming allergic to dog hair. Because once I got in the car, my nose started running and got stuffy. I mean, excuse me. So I think I'm gonna look up bougie in AI, because I had never, classified anybody as bougie. So to feel that I have been classified, or my appearance is bougie, I feel like I need a better understanding of how people perceive me. Okay? I get so tired of these ads. Anyway, I get so tired of them. Then you try to click them off, and you end up going to their homepage. But, like I said, even though there's no content on here, I still record myself, because when I'm driving, there's so many reckless drivers out here that you wanna have some type of recording. At a bunch of cars. I drove 4 vehicles down in Chevrolet. They gave us a bag and a t-shirt. and that was great. I know when we were down there the last time together, me and my daughter, we wanted to drive the Corvette. I'm not the Corvette, but the Camaro. But there just wasn't enough leg room. And they did not have the Corvette anymore. So I guess the Corvette from this point on, or at least the upcoming year, they will not be releasing the Corvette, right? But that used to be my favorite car, was the Corvette. Not the Corvette, the Camaro. I did drive the Corvette. I drove the Corvette, the Tahoe, the Traverse, and the electrical Silverado. I liked the electrical Silverado. It took me the course, the test drive course was kind of like, off-road kind of testing at slow speed, but it was still very bumpy. They had obstacles, to overcome and stuff like that, So I was pretty intrigued with the Kia. They had the Honda, the CRV, I think it was called the CRV. It was cool. They extended the back without making it look boxy, and that made it nice. But most of all of the cars we seen were over 40,000. I think there was like one vehicle that was under 40,000. It was like 35,000. So, yeah. I mean, you can get a brand new car for 30,000, 35,000. But that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. In my opinion, the best car was the Tahoe. I really liked the Tahoe. It handled really well. It had a lot of giddy up. It was very comfortable. The dash was, immaculate. Only thing I didn't like about the Tahoe is that you have to climb up into the Tahoe. And that didn't feel very good with my sore legs. It didn't. And I was showing my daughter that, I would be looking for a car that I didn't have to bend my knees and sink down into it like the Corvette. The Corvette, I had to actually drop myself into the seat because after it got so low, the strain on my knees was too intense. So I just dropped into the seat. And it was like, I cannot do that anymore. And But the Traverse, I didn't have no problem with that. I just basically leaned up against the seat and slid right on in. And that's what I was trying to show my daughter, that the seats have to be at a certain level, you know, to be comfortable. And I don't have to strain my knees or climb up or fall down, you know. It's just, you know, it's rough getting old. It's just rough. And then there was, the Corvette didn't have enough headroom. I bought some honey, and she was like, "Oh, you got the best deal," because I found some honey. Let's see. I found some honey for $3.95. $3.95. $3.95. And she's like, "You found the best deal. She said, you must be so lucky." I'm like, oh. Again, sitting up here thinking, should I play the lotto? Should I? People keep saying I'm lucky. And I'd be like, prove it, prove it. So I poured a little bit of I tried it out on my breakfast burrito. Because, you know, I made me a breakfast burrito with hot links and eggs and cheese on a jalapeno tortilla. And it was very good. It was very good. And I'm glad that, you know, I did bring me something to eat. And I brought an extra one for my daughter, but she passed. She's like, Like, okay. And I brought an extra water bottle for her too. She did take the water. Okay. So and since she came down on the train, I dropped her off at the Parkland train station. You know, hoping that, you know, further away from town and away from, you know, some of the riffraff downtown and stuff like that, you know, that she would be able to have a comfortable ride home. So that's how that went. I'm anxious to get home to feed my doggies. Gracie, I put her in her cage. Oh yeah, I have to stop and get some training pads for her. I have to stop at the Dollar Tree and get some training pads for her. Because she ran out of training pads. What does it mean when somebody calls you bougie? It's not gonna say it out loud. I'm not gonna be able to read it and drive at the same time. Well, darn. So I'm driving back home, and I'm definitely driving in rush hour. I don't think that I pushed my luck with my battery. I think I got enough. Got enough to get home. Oop, there it goes. Warning! Charge battery. I have another burrito, breakfast burrito of hot links and egg and cheese. It's 87 degrees. Pretty warm. So, I'm trying to figure out if I made a mistake by not building on my spiritual channel. You know, I've been giving some little tidbits here and there, there and here and there, right? Little tidbits. But see, what people don't know is there's a whole nother world when it comes to people who are gifted with any of the clairs, right? That world, for some, can be competitive. Okay? And for for others, you know, they like to utilize whatever gifts that they have, you know, to eliminate the competition. Okay? And that's what a lot of people don't know. A lot of people are like, oh, you know, gifted people, you know, with the clairs and stuff, life should be groovy, gravy. And it should be. Because when you're gifted, most of us, you know, attribute, you know, the blessings were gifts from God. Okay? However, there are those who want to take out, you know, other gifted people in the worst way. You know, by spiritually attacking them nonstop, gang stalking them, and yeah, that kind of thing. Ganging up on, you know, a spiritual person. Hold on. Okay. I could not go in there and just get the doggy training pads. I couldn't. Got some extra stuff. Some snacks. And then they had a little bottle of virgin olive oil. I ain't never seen no kind of olive oil for $1.50, so I bought it. I did. I bought it.